Welcome back to Trading Hour on CNBC-TV18. Well, Hindenburg Research has put allegations on SEBI Chairperson on counts of conflict of interest with regards to the Adani Group and questioned her credibility in investigating Hindenburg's allegations against the Adani Group. Nisha has been tracking the story from the word go. She gets us the full account. Nisha, over to you.
Yes, thanks for that. Hindenburg Research's recent report puts allegations on SEBI Chief Madhabi Buch by highlighting her conflict of interest with Adani Group and therefore raising some serious questions on her credibility. While SEBI Chairperson has refuted claims by pointing to disclosure and recusal norms she has diligently followed. Now, Hindenburg alleges Madhabi and her husband Dhaval had investments in two funds which they claim have been used by Adani Group for siphoning off funds. Now, they highlight the involvement of 361 in managing these funds, and report suggests that the first investment in 2015, while Madhabi joined SEBI in 2017. Now, by establishing these linkages, Hindenburg claims that SEBI has been reluctant to probe Adani because of Chairperson's involvement. Now, SEBI Chief, in her strong rebuttal, has denied these claims and explained that investments in fund was in 2015 as private citizens, and states emphatically that at no point did the fund invest in Adani Group's companies. Now, in another point of conflict of interest, the report claims that Buch had interest in offshore Singapore consulting firm Agora Partners and continued with her ownership of Agora Partners despite being SEBI's whole-time member. Now, Madhabi said that all disclosures and recusal norms of SEBI were followed, refuting the charges of the conflict. Not just Singapore entity, but even the Indian entity Agora Advisory India, and Hindenburg claims that Buch has 99% stake in the Indian consulting firm, which, remember, is generating nearly 2 crores from advisory services in FY22, is what the report claims. Now, SEBI Chief clarified by saying that the two consulting companies became immediately dormant on her appointment with SEBI and that her shareholding in them were explicitly part of her disclosures to SEBI. Now, apart from linkages to Adani Group, the report also claims that Madhabi had conflict of interest with global private equity firm Blackstone, and Hindenburg's report says that Madhabi Buch used her position to benefit Blackstone in REITs in India, and that her husband Dhaval Buch is acting as an advisor to Blackstone despite no experience in funds or capital markets. Here again, SEBI Chief clearly refutes claims by disclosing that Blackstone Group was immediately added to Madhabi's recusal list maintained with SEBI when Dhaval was appointed in this position. Now, in two statements yesterday, Madhabi Buch has emphasized repeatedly that all disclosures and recusal norms of SEBI were diligently followed by her, and SEBI Chief stated that instead of replying to show cause notice, Hindenburg has decided to attempt a character assassination of SEBI Chairperson.
Okay, thank you. Very well explained. Yash is also joining in with the details on the others in the Hindenburg's crosshairs. Yash.
Hindenburg report just does not put the highest chair at SEBI in suspicions, but it also questions the institution and its conduct. It also questions Adani and its role, Blackstone, which is one of the largest players in the REIT space, along with brokerage firm 361, formerly known as IIFL Securities. Let's start with the allegations against SEBI itself. Hindenburg, in its report, has said that SEBI Chairperson Madhabi Buch and her husband Dhaval Buch had invested in offshore funds which were allegedly used by Adani to siphon off money. It was this investment which came in the way of SEBI's investigation against Adani and also the offshore funds in question. It is because of this why Hindenburg has also stated that SEBI can't be trusted as an objective arbitrator in the Adani matter. SEBI was also quick to respond on these particular allegations. The securities regulator has said that allegations made by Hindenburg have been duly investigated. Also, the chairperson had recused herself from these investigations for any potential conflict of interest. SEBI has also cautioned investors on the conduct of Hindenburg, stating that its disclaimer that it may have short positions in the entities mentioned in the report. Speaking about Hindenburg's allegation against the Adani Group, it says Adani used global offshore funds to siphon off money and reinvest them in the Indian market. SEBI chairperson's alleged involvement in the same funds came in the way of its investigation against Adani. Adani has called these reports malicious, mischievous and manipulative and being done with the intention of profiteering. An important clarification which Adani also gave was that it has no relation with any individuals mentioned in the Hindenburg report. Hindenburg has also questioned the offshore funds which were opened through 361 or IIFL. It says that these funds helped Adani siphon off money and reinvest them in Indian markets and also Adani Group stocks. The report has said that Madhabi Buch and husband invested in these funds opened by 361. 361 has said that these funds made zero investments in Adani. Madhabi Buch and Dhaval Buch's holding in the fund were less than 1.5% of the total inflow into the funds, also saying that the funds are fully compliant with all applicable regulations. Another party against which Hindenburg has made serious allegations is Blackstone and Dhaval Buch's role there as an advisor. The report says that Dhaval Buch's employment and Blackstone benefited from SEBI's regulations on REIT investments. Dhaval Buch, in his response, has said that his appointment at Blackstone predates Madhabi Buch's appointment as SEBI chairperson. Also, he says that at no point of time was there any association of him and the real estate side of Blackstone. Hindenburg sent a late-night counter asking if SEBI chairperson would commit to a full, transparent and public investigation into these issues. AMFI, which is also known as Associations of Mutual Funds, has said that they on the recent criticism against SEBI chairperson, stand by her and it's an attempt to undermine India's market progress, and added that India's financial system is fostering growth and innovation with high integrity.
Oh. All right, Yash, thanks a lot for that. In fact,